Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the No Bangers Sports Card Podcast. Episode number 23.
Not done yet, Rod.
I am joined by the illustrious co-host, Mr. Rod from Big and Bungeon Cards.
The industry plant.
The industry plant. And everybody's favorite arbitrager, Mr. Cary from American Arbitrage Cards. And I am Tim from Over the Years Sports.
What is this?
There
Like
we go.
spirit fingers?
No,
like
it's
no,
great.
it's not.
This is how we sift the people who really want to watch this podcast.
Yeah.
We lost like 80% of the viewers by this point, right? 80% are gone. You guys are the real ones.
Every
Let's get down
week?
to business.
Every week we lose 80% of the viewers.
I'd imagine.
Way to go, Tim. It's Tim. So hey,
So I'm
Father's
good
Day
at it.
weekend.
I love it.
I want to hear from Tim though, man. How was your first Father's Day weekend?
Oh, dude, I got...
Yeah, he's part of the dad gang now.
Dad gang. Okay, matches the
Shout
dad
out
bod.
Dad Gang.
So
if you guys
got that
want to sponsor the podcast, be happy to do that for you guys.
Here we go.
Yeah, so no, my wife got me an awesome hat and wrote a beautiful card and got a nice necklace too. And my wife and my mother-in-law cooked a crazy meal. I'm talking like this spicy coconut sauce chicken, shrimp dumplings with a Thai-style cabbage salad to go with it. We also had a slow roast beef dish platter, and then with potatoes. And we had sweet potatoes with roasted honey almonds on inside of it. We
How do you turn this into a food podcast every week now? What, like, no.
We had ground turkey lasagna.
Tim's a foodie.
Yeah,
I didn't know he's a foodie, but this is sports cards, buddy. Like,
Well, you asked me how my Father's Day went.
I didn't ask you what you had for dinner, for breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Well, I
what you
wanted
had
to-
for-
Food
I
is
wanted-
a big
wanted
part
to-
of sports cards, guys.
Yes.
Have you ever looked through a box of cards without Doritos on your fingers? Come on.
Well,
Every
at least thinking
single
about food,
person.
right? Like when you're like knee deep in bargain boxes, like 4 hours into
Yeah,
the
there's
card show,
always
you're like, I
Dorito
need a
dust.
hot dog.
There's always
now.
Dorito dust in a bargain box, guys. Always.
And then a bunch of the homies came back from the old neighborhood, came over, and yeah, it was dope, man. We had a great time. Went to a card show on Saturday. Scooped up the Ronald Acuna, which was an absolute banger card. So I found a Ronald Acuna. I didn't even realize how valuable it was, to be honest with you.
I'm
The
sure
Ronald
you
Acuna-
didn't. You didn't want to get kicked off the podcast for finding a banger. I get it.
Yeah.
No. It was a
Accidental banger.
Ronald Acuna
Didn't know.
Heritage
Okay.
black chrome refractor numbered to 76. Yeah, and
What was it? What was that valued at?
about $100.
Would you pay $1 for it?
$146 in my lot total.
Gotcha.
And you know what's crazy is I put the post up on Instagram and then I started going through the rest of the cards and totally forgot that I also picked up in the same lot a Kyle Tucker black chrome heritage number to 76 also. That's obviously a lot less in value, but still like a $20, $25 card maybe. So
I didn't know they were that valuable. Those.
yeah, they're short prints. So it was definitely a dope find there. And then I found a lot. I picked up a lot this weekend, but a lot of cool stuff. Found some old basketball Bowman relic cards of Dwight Howard and Chris Bosh. I'll tell you one card I picked up that I thought was really interesting. It's a dual relic, same player, but different uniforms. So it's a select DeMarcus Ware, and it has a picture of him in the Cowboys uniform with the patch, and then it has a picture of him in the Broncos uniform with a Broncos patch.
That's
and it's
a good
numbered
idea.
to 99. So that was a dope one. But yeah, I did really well at the card show this weekend. Almost too good because after two tables, I was like, oof, I'm tapped out, man. Tapped out.
That's a good feeling to have, though, man. Like, because you have those card shows. Was it last week or week before? You went to the card show and you said that you didn't find barely anything, and now you walk in complete opposite. So that's why it just goes to show that you have to keep
I was
going.
about to say I almost
You
called
call
Dad
Rod to bankroll you. Hey,
I almost
can
called
you,
Dad, but I was
bankroll
like,
something?
let me get out of here.
I'm on a hot streak. Can you send me some cash?
Funny. And then, Cary, how was your Father's Day? I already know what you did. You already told me. you said that you closed all your blinds, you locked all your doors, you shut your phone off, you shut down all your social media because you didn't want any nice surprises showing up to your house on
exactly. Yes. Dude. I've been it's too late.
I get it. Your secret's out,
for
bro.
me to be a father. No. No, I did get a message from my stepson, which was
that's awesome.
That said,
nice.
you giving me a hard time, but it was fun. That was nice and sweet. But no, I had a good time. I just honestly, since my father passed away like 11 years ago, and I don't have like little kids or anything. I have stepkids that don't live here in Florida. This was like, everybody was doing their thing. Everybody was having Father's Day celebrations. I was editing and getting a lot of work done and not leaving the house. You guys know me, I like to go out, go to the card shop, go hunt around for stuff. I kind of chilled out, which was weird for me.
Don't forget, we're out hustling crackheads. Okay,
yeah, that's the goal. That is the goal.
That is the goal.
Debatable, they're 24/7, my friend.
That is
so
true.
That is,
we're trying.
We're trying.
We're motivated here on No Banger Sports Card Podcast.
Nice. Well, I had a
how about you, buddy?
I had a good Father's Day, man. I hung out with my stepson. We did brunch, because he does spend time with his dad too at the same weekend. So, we split him for the day. So he went to dinner with his dad and then got dropped back at the house. We
Bottomless mimosas?
No, not from him. We ended up getting watching a Marvel movie last night, and we were actually going to rip some UFC blasters there, but we didn't. We had just watched a movie and didn't do that. So trying to get him into cards. What's up?
Which Marvel
Avengers, the first one. He's a huge
how
Marvel
it is
fan.
when you get people into cards, though. It starts off with them like years of saying they're not interested, and then they're breaking 3 times a day on Dibdit Cards. That's what happens.
Shout out Dave.
Yeah,
Davey Hot Hands.
Davey Hot Hands. Yeah. So
I mean, I suppose he hit an auto and a patch out of Breaking Bad.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
No, you get it. You get a mem and an auto in every one.
Yeah,
of
he had both of those, and
who was apparently his auto.
I don't know. I've never seen the show. It's one show I've never seen. Yeah,
dude, that would be a show you would actually enjoy. I think.
I know.
Nothing. They're cooking meth labs,
But it was so funny because like he's like going over these cards and his daughter's there, and he's like, I don't think it's a good idea for me to explain to you what meth is, like because they kept pulling they're pulling like meth cards and stuff.
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
like a blue insert.
Yeah,
that's obviously just like a play card, but it's silly. It's a silly insert.
I think he pulled an auto out of Big Bang too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he did too.
Dude, if you get any of the main cast from that box, like any of them, it could be any of the top 5 or 6 people. It's like $700-800. I think it's insane.
It's crazy.
It's more than you would think, for sure.
So for the people at home not listening, not knowing what we're referring to, on Dibdit Cards, we started doing non-sports box breaks, and you're just buying a pack. Once the boxes sell out, we do open them up, and they're small boxes, they're hobby boxes. Sometimes 10 packs, sometimes 20. But it's been fun, man. They've been killing it over there, hitting all kind of. What are you guys doing?
I'm trying to see if I can do
it. But yeah, they've been killing it over there.
Work on it.
Speaking of killing, Cary, man, your social media has been killing it. You were featured on Top's thing. How'd that work out for you?
You
get a lot of followers off that.
It's honestly hard to go around Palm Coast right now. If I'm at the deli eating, if I'm at Target, oh my gosh, if I'm at Target, I'm tired of signing all the baskets, and stuff like that.
You know what? I know how you feel because Todd put me in the website this week.
Oh so, no, was this all? Yeah. Was this all? Yeah, to talk about yourself. Okay.
Yeah, but no, I want to ask Tim how did it feel to be featured on Top's website.
It was great for Dibdit Cards. It's not necessarily like the fame, right?
No, absolutely.
It's just it's a good momentum builder for us because we're starting this thing off. We're still a few months into this, and we have a lot of people that are buying and a lot of people that are selling, and especially for the sellers, it's important for us to do our best, collectively to build a buying base for them. And I think that, people have this stigma of breakers and sports card sellers and all this other stuff, which we're going to talk about here later in this episode. So we're really what we set out to do is to break the mold of that. And I think that, having these fun and affordable breaks and these single shows, it's been growing and growing and growing, and it's fantastic. Right now, Maniac Axe is live on Dibdit Cards selling 1,000 cards today. Everything's starting at $1.
I saw that. It's pretty interesting. He's going to do that. So just so people have an understanding what we're referring to here is I end up doing a top series 2 break and end up pulling the All Kings Shohei out of there. Crazy. The guys paid I think $10 or $12 for the spot and got that. And then Topps end up reposting that on the website and then to put it on there. But I think that the very interesting thing I want to talk about on here, and this kind of reason I brought it up, was all the negative comments right off the bat that this got. Because, figures a streamer pulled it, figures someone who does break. I've done less than 10 breaks my entire life. So I thought it was very interesting that all the comments
on
were
our
getting
small
on this.
little site that we own, right? Dibdit Cards. We just started doing breaks a month and a half ago, and it was from a case that you bought from Topps.com.
I pre-ordered just like anyone else
could have bought.
Yeah. So I will say thank you to both you guys and over Ivan over at District 2, because you guys, everyone was in there just saying, hey, no, this is not the case. Like, we're not a big breaker. We're not backyard breaks and everyone else. Like, we bought it just off your website, just like anyone else. What people don't understand is the reason why breakers pull so much stuff is, one is they're buying volume.
They're breaking.
You know what I mean?
Like, a lot more than we are.
I want to pause for 1 second. The viewers and the listeners, shout out to the Spotifyers. They got to me last week and said,
are we only on Spotify?
Shout
or are we
them
anywhere
out.
else?
We're just Spotify right now.
Just Spotify
Podchaser
right now.
or anything? We should shout them out too. Is all I'm saying.
But I think they're going to be a little upset because we're getting to the topic and it's not 45 minutes
That's
into
not
the
the topic.
podcast.
It's not the topic. We're going to talk about patches today, buddy.
Yet.
We're going to talk about some patches
I thought we
later
were
on.
going knee deep into
No.
breakers. Okay, well, we're going
to talk about patches later. Listen, we got a format we follow here, my friend.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure because I was envisioning this whole loaded cases, loaded breakers, getting loaded boxes, thumbnail and everything. Like I thought that's where we were going.
In, right? And we're 11 minutes in.
Well, editing's a wonderful thing too. I can always edit and switch things around.
There's no way you're editing this.
It's been a long podcast, guys. Oh, man, let's get to
I do
the
as
topic.
least amount of work as possible for this because I run multiple YouTube channels, live selling, everything else. So you're 100% hit the nail on the head on that one. No, but no, I mean it's a very intriguing thing is how much hate breakers get, and I didn't realize until we started breaking. And we started to have this site. And
I get it all the time, and I'm not even a breaker. I don't break much on Dibdit Cards, and I don't break much in general, but I'm just opening boxes for my videos, right? Not for other people to buy. They're my cards, and I'm still getting called a breaker. I'm like, dude, I'm not a breaker. Like,
you're breaking retail. Like 90% of the stuff you break is retail that you bought from Walmart, Target, or sometimes you buy some hobby
Very rarely am I doing a
boxes.
break. I do sell packs occasionally on Dibdit Cards, but like very rarely do I break. And I did break a little a couple years ago, but like just dabbled in. I've never really been a fan of it because I like cards. I want to sell them myself is my problem with breaking.
Shout out Coco Crisp.
Yeah, dude. I saw somebody they pulled out of a bargain box. Dude, a Coco Crisp Oakland A's auto on-card fan favorite. It was awesome. Coco Crisp, awesome. Eric Chavez, another legend. Dan Herron. He played on both the Oakland A's and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Did you know that, Rod? Rod, of course, didn't know that, but I'm sure you did, Tim.
All right, we're done here.
But I will tell you that first and foremost, the card is absolutely gorgeous.
Dude, wow. Like, I will tell you, these pictures in the videos do not do it justice. Seeing that card in person, dude, the technology Topps has used for that card is this new technology, right? That they're using for this.
Yep.
Man, it pops. It almost looks 3D. When you're holding it in your hand and you're looking at the card and you turn the light, it looks like you just someone layered it on top of each other. It's like it almost comes out like a 3D image.
Series 2 has been great so far. Cary, you gotta pull the no banger out of.
I got a 3 of 10 Yadier Molina and a Johnny Bench auto out of the one box I opened, one hobby box, and I got a case hit Altuve in that box. And I got a SSP logo border
team logo border.
Yeah, team logo, all in the same box. So I mean and I got a couple rookies of everybody. That was a fun box to open up.
And the crazy thing is that like afterwards, Rod, we did some bonus Bowman breaks, and Rod just went absolutely nuclear on it and was just pulling some insane hits. Pulled the Leo DeVry. Green auto to 99.
No, it wasn't auto, was it? It was a green, I thought.
No, it was a green auto.
Oh, green auto, okay.
Yeah, the green non-auto was Bobby Witt.
Oh, Bobby Witt, that's right. Yeah, the Bobby Witt to 99.
To 99, yeah. And then you pulled the James Tibbs.
James Tibbs auto to
150, who just got traded.
Yeah, Boston Red Sox, James Tibbs.
Yeah,
nice.
Which is interesting because I think that I mean he's a name that everybody's kind of been watching and he's been playing really well. But I think his card value instantly goes up now that he's been traded to Boston.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
So Devers goes to San Francisco, and the Red Sox get James Tibbs, Jordan Hicks, Kyle Harrison, and another prospect pitcher. I forget his name off the top of my head. So it's quite the haul for. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and they think that the Red Sox got ripped off.
Devers was unhappy, right? Because they kept moving around his position and stuff, and
he refused to play first base. So it's been kind of rough. But I mean, like, they've been calling up all their guys. They called up, Marcelo Mayer. They called up Roman Anthony. Christian Campbell obviously started the year with them. Blaze Jordan is finally playing. Like, I mean, we're talking. Blaze Jordan was like one of the biggest hype names.
When are they going to call up Benintendi?
Benintendi?
No, I just was remembering 2016 and his prospect cards.
Dude, I just sold a Benintendi Topps Finest oil spill for $15.
Is he in Kansas City? Where is he?
Chicago.
Oh, Chicago.
White Sox.
White Sox. So they
the White Sox called up.
Super Bowl incoming for the White Sox.
White Sox called up Kyle Teal. Brady House just got called up yesterday for the Washington Nationals. So
I didn't see that.
Get your Brady House cards ready. I mean, like, I'm telling you, you saw Jacob Mizorowski. We talked about him on the episode.
He did well too, didn't he? His first game?
He was throwing a no hitter. And he slipped on the mound and got a cramp. So they took him out the game. But he had thrown his first 4 pitches, I believe, were over 100 miles an hour. So
if I'm correct, right? He throws only ephus pitches, right? Underhand ephus pitches.
No. But did you guys even watch the video that I sent you guys of the guy who like wears the crazy outfits and makes up his own pitches?
Oh yeah,
and they call this one gingivitis.
Yeah,
it's banned.
I got a question: is Kiki Hernandez going to win the Cy Young? That guy can't. Nobody can hit him. And he's got, and I want to be. I love that he wears like half a helmet too when he pitches. That dude's awesome. I don't know much about him, but he's awesome. I'm not even joking. He's like, his ERA is 2 point something, and it's only because he gave up a random run, or he would have had like a 0 ERA. That dude, nobody can hit his 47 mile per hour curve.
So Tim, I mean, I know it's going to come down to injuries and need for a lot of these teams, but is there a certain time of the year, majority in baseball, where you see more call-ups than other times?
Yeah, so you'll see they come in like waves. You'll get a little bit of a summer push and call-ups, like generally like after the All-Star break. And then because you don't get a lot of guys that you just get called up because a lot of the time before the trade deadline, a lot of these players are going to be pieces being moved for teams that are trying to bolster their roster. So they're moving these prospects for guys that are going to play in the major league team for them right now to make a playoff push. So like you don't want to risk those guys getting injured at the major league level or calling them up and then them not performing, and then they lose value before the trade deadline. And then you have the September call-ups, which is basically like a lot of teams that are not going to make the playoffs and they want to kind of get that experience for some of their guys. So September call-ups can be a big thing too.
Okay. Yeah, because I figured right before the All-Star game, they weren't going to be calling up many people just because the players have a little break there and time to recover and everything else. But then after, I was going to see that, especially right around
Yeah,
what's up?
Tino Martinez.
Tino Martinez?
Yeah, Tino Martinez.
Sal Fasano.
Yeah, Sal Fasano is a good one too. I like
no delay there, Tim.
Jim Leyritz.
Willie Bloomquist.
Oh, dude, Bloomquist. I forgot about
I haven't heard that name in so long.
Rob Dibble.
Rob Dibble was a wild dude.
He was, dude.
He was a wild guy.
A wild guy, Rob Dibble.
Well, speak about wild things, guys. Did you guys see the Paninis once again in the news for redemption issues again?
It's all the same thing.
But this one, go ahead.
No, I just want to make sure we backtrack at some point here because we have to talk about the loaded boxes.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Okay, I just want to make sure. But Panini is it's a garbage situation. Oh, listen to this. Listen to this.
Did you just
be my ringtone?
Did he just interrupt you? Did he just interrupt himself?
He interrupted himself.
How's that even physically possible that you just interrupted yourself?
Yo, that's like when Santa Claus gets a thought like that.
I got a card. I'm gonna be putting out a piece of content on it soon. I picked up a card out of a bargain box, and it's It is a. Let's just say this. It's definitely a altered card, and it's a Bowman card that has a Panini autograph sticker on it.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Of a very high profile current player right now.
So do you think someone just took it off the Panini card and put it on there?
1,000%.
And how good does it look? Does it look really like?
Listen. As soon
I
as
know you knew.
No. As soon as I saw it, I threw it on the table. I was like,
would,
"Oh, this is
would,
awesome."
Would Rod notice? That's the question.
No, this is an awesome $1 card. Like, I'm really about ready to come up. And then the dealer picked it up off the table, and he's like, I just want to let you know there's a reason why this is in a dollar box. It's a little sketchy. And I started looking at it, and I'm like, thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, they never made autographs of this Bowman insert. And then, like, on the back, it doesn't have, like, the authenticated autograph on there at all. But, yeah, it's a really fun – it's a good thing to kind of – obviously it's be a good piece of content, but it's a good learning experience because especially when you're going through dollar boxes, like, and you just see something like that, you just throw it in the pile. I mean, you're not losing money. You're just buying it for $1. I mean, somebody will probably still buy it, right?
So here's the interesting thing, because for viewers out there who don't know, Panini's unlicensed baseball. Topps has the licensing. So they're literally taking an unlicensed autograph and putting it on a licensed card. That's which in theory should increase the price of that card if you didn't know. And people could pass it off as a fake card because they've been doing it with patches where they've been taking the patches out of like cards. That's why Upper Deck, we talked about that. They're doing a new system with their patches where people can't swap out better patches in their actual cards to increase the value.
Like if you take it out, it's going to just like shoot a bunch of like pink dye everywhere, kind of like a bag of cash or something.
It's not robbing a bank, bro. Like, what?
What system is it?
Would be so good.
So you didn't see
somebody walking around a card show with the dye all over them.
They're like, oh, there's that guy swapping out patches again.
There we go.
No, so what Upper Deck's doing is they're putting it almost like PSA. They look like slabs, and so the patch cards are actually coming in already enclosed in a case like a slab. So if it was removed from the slab, then the card may be altered if it's not removed by like PSA or one of the grading companies. So that's what Upper Deck's trying to do this year with their new, which is interesting, but yet it's not it has mixed results throughout the fans because the cards kind of look, the cases kind of look weird, and then they're putting like the stickers and stuff like that, I think on the outside of the case. So it's not actually on the card to say it's authentic, and I don't know. Apparently it's a trial run this year, and they're going to see how it goes and then see what they're going to do next year with it. But
so Panini's, is Panini going to send me money?
Yeah.
Oh, well, interesting.
I also have that same question for Panini. Are you going to send me, what are they sending money for?
Well, so the problem with the redemption issue with the UFC, what they're doing here is Panini lost. I mean, they're losing NFL. They're losing the basketball licensing. They lost UFC. So now all these people have all these redemptions. They're trying to cash in for UFC. Panini never filled those redemptions. Panini lost their relationship. So I know I talked to someone recently, before I saw this online, I talked to someone recently and said, hey, I've been trying to get my redemptions through Panini. They reached out and said that they're not going to be fulfilled because of they no longer have a relationship with the UFC. So someone posted on Reddit, I think Sports Card Investor posted on their Instagram as well, but someone posted up like they had 15 redemption cards. Panini couldn't fill any.
Oh, we lost you, Rod. Yeah, Rod's doing it again. Okay, it's our time. Yeah. Go, Cary.
All right, guys. I got a bone to pick with Rod picking and punching. First off,
Chan-Ho Park.
No.
Can you guys hear me?
That's even better. No, we can't hear you. Please fix it. Let's do Billy Ashley. Let's go deep cuts 90s Dodgers.
Rafael Furcal.
Oh yeah, I love that we told him we can't hear him when he asked if we could hear him, and he's still trying to fix it. What is
going on?
Can you hear us, Rod? Well, Rod can't hear us. Okay, so let's keep going.
Let's keep going. Rafael Furcal. Let's do Andrew Jones. Didn't he play a little bit for the Dodgers for a while?
He did?
Yeah. Oh,
Mark Trumbo.
Mark Trumbo. Okay, so we're going Jason Worth. Remember
Jason
the beautiful
Worth.
hair on Jason
He had
Worth?
a great beard, too.
He did. Ronnie Belliard.
Terry Pendleton.
Ah, dude. Jeff Pendleton, if you're looking at his 1985 rookies. You ever see that? Jeff
No.
Pendleton? I don't know why it says Jeff on. I don't know if it's an error that's on some of the cards. But look, 1985 Donruss. Jeff Pendleton, I believe it is.
Interesting. Ron Gant.
Oh, dude, I loved Ron Gant. Reggie Sanders, another slugger from the '90s. Hey, no, dude, we're good.
Doug Glanville.
Yeah, Doug Glanville. Oh, dude, that dude. Yeah, Luis Poloni. I say it all the time, but I love that dude.
I'm glad you guys could fill the
Steve
time
Avery.
with this stupid name game you guys play.
Hey,
it's like the fourth time you guys done this, man. We're like 25 minutes into this. Now it's getting out of control. Keep it
down.
So what I was saying is the redemption issue. So Panini doesn't even have the white sparkle packs anymore that they normally send for redemptions that can't field. So they're offering them basketball redemptions now, basketball autographs. So you got like a Stephen Curry, you got like a bunch of other good players and stuff like that.
Do you think it's going to be a Stephen Curry that they get though?
No, they posted a picture up. I guess one was a Stephen Curry and one was some other stuff. But
yeah, but was one also a Cam Reddish allegedly?
Maybe, you know, I don't know.
Saying?
I'm sure they can find some white sparkle on a corner somewhere in Florida, right? That's like one of those name of those drugs they're calling.
I think anywhere in America you can find. Yes.
Well, not white sparkle, just sparkle.
Sparkle, yeah. But no, so my question goes to you guys, like
allegedly, everything we're saying.
Allegedly, yes.
No, I live in Florida. Trust me, you can find it anywhere. Go to Miami,
ask Stephen Diggs, man. He's got the pink cocaine.
Allegedly the pink cocaine. All right, pink powder.
Crazy.
It hasn't been confirmed what it is. So, but no, my question to you guys is, what would you guys do, man? Would you guys be upset if they couldn't fill like the sport that you got a redemption in? They swap it out with another sport. Are you guys okay with that?
I got a hot take. I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it?
No, who's okay with it? What kind of question is that?
What the hell kind of hot take was that? You're like, I'm okay with it. That's not a hot take.
No, you were like, your question is like, they're not fulfilling your redemptions. Are you okay with it?
No, with that sport,
I'm not okay with it. I would like my cards. And
let me tell you this, though. I hate to break it to you guys, but you have to be okay with it. What are you going to do?
Oh, look at that. That is a hot
What are you going to do?
That's true.
I mean, so
what can you do?
You can't do anything.
But there's got to be some type of legal,
bro. They will. Panini been locked up in court cases for 10 years.
Oh, of course, I get that. But I mean, there's got to be some type of class action lawsuit or something because that's going to fall under the false advertisement. I know they put it on the card that if they can't fulfill it, they can swap it out for something else. But it's not even the same sport. It's not even this.
Listen, man, tough cookie, bro. I hate it. It sucks, but don't buy Panini products.
I mean, that's what it comes down to. If you don't feel honestly, if this is something that makes you not feel comfortable buying Panini product, and I know a lot of people were going all in on EuroLeague next year because is that what they have left at this point? What do they have left?
Rolling Stones.
I don't know if you're going all in on Rolling Stones or whatever. You might want to stay away. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like every company at times has issues with redemptions and stuff. But changing of licensing is interesting and hopefully they'll make it right and people are okay with it.
What about Frank Gore Jr.? Do you guys see that? Do you think that's true?
His auto?
Yeah, he said I didn't sign that. Or do you think he's just embarrassed that was his autograph?
That's a good question, man. That's a really good question.
You sign a lot of stickers. You might be doing some variations in your autograph at some point.
And Leaf had the same problem. They were having all those people who were signing all those famous actors and actresses signing autographs for them, and they're like, not even close to my autograph.
Like when you're a sports star, I imagine like you, especially like Frank Gore's level. I mean, he made it to the NFL, so he was probably a big deal in high school. That first, 15-year-old autograph that he gave to the first fan, right?
Well, I'm talking about Frank Gore Jr., though.
No, I'm talking about Frank Gore Jr., too. Sorry.
Okay.
Like if I said Frank Gore. But yeah, Frank Gore Jr., like I'm sure that first autograph is like John Hancock. It's just beautiful and gorgeous with a quill. And then at the end, you're just putting a V, You're just
by the time he had to sign his
like letters,
300th unlicensed Topps football card, he was probably FG.
Well,
exactly. What's this going on? Resurgence, emergence, renaissance? I don't know.
Well, during the interview with Car Collector 2, the guy from Leaf said that sometimes they're trying to hunt down these athletes or celebrities and stuff like that, and they may only have like 30 minutes or an hour when they get to those, get those places to have them sign it. So they're getting there to the hotel. They're just throwing those things in front of them. They're going to sign as fast as they possibly can. So it makes sense why some of them just look like crap sometimes, or they just shorthand it because maybe they only don't have enough time to get through them all. Like that could be potentially the issue. I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of it. This makes me hate more and more the sticker autos because of issues like this. Same thing with Messi,
or you could just take a Topps Jaden Daniels sticker and put it on a Panini Prism refractor.
Yeah, I would be okay with them doing less autographs and products, just doing some hand signed stuff and just coming up with more, honestly, like more parallels or something else we can chase in a blaster box or something. I'm cool with less autos if it meant that they were, higher quality.
I don't know, man. I like the autos. Like, that's a big thing for me. I was an autograph chaser growing up as a kid. Like, I would go to sports car conventions to see the athletes get their autographs. I worked for the Philadelphia Eagles training camps for multiple years. So I used to ride my bike up the mountain up at Lehigh University and wait in front of the dorm rooms as a kid and get a bunch of autographs.
When was the last time you rode a bike, Rod?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably last couple months.
What do you What do you ride?
I have a mountain bike.
What kind of mountain bike?
It's, I don't know, maybe like a Mongoose or something like that. So nothing special, like $150. I bought it off probably $200 bike, so I bought it off the marketplace.
Okay.
So
They don't have like a beach cruiser?
No beach cruisers.
Oh, dude.
It's nothing like it, right, Rod? Just the wind through your hair as you're going down.
Oh, yes, through my mohawk. It's nothing like that. Let me tell you. Just let me tell you. So, speaking about cruising, we're going to be cruising to the National, man. They were listening to us last week. We got media passes.
Well, you guys did.
Well, you didn't apply, to be fair. You did apply since.
I did not apply because I was under the impression that we were a package deal. But
no,
apparently...
I wrote in the thing and that I was trying to get them for everybody, and they did give it to me last time for everybody, so I think you'll be fine. But yeah, I did ask.
Defense, they said that they're going to send us another email with additional information. So I'm assuming they're going to say, hey, how many media passes you guys may need?
Yeah.
But we should be good to go for Tim. If not, we just got to get you featured on the Topps website now in the next month.
Or just open the back door and we'll
let you in the back door. We're not talking about the National Chicago, guys.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there he is getting busted at the back door. What actually now it made me start thinking, DC won a championship this weekend.
DC Defenders, baby.
DC Defenders, man. Maybe Panini's gonna pick up that licensing.
UFL? It's just UFL. Don't be throwing extra F's.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
It's the USXFL.
Yes, USXFL. But
I hate you both. Championship, baby. DC, baby.
Who's your quarterback?
I can't remember.
Not a true fan. Gary is not a true fan.
I will tell you. He was going to be wearing his Defender jersey today.
He finally has a real football team in
Washington, D.C.
Yeah, in D.C. And now he doesn't even know who his quarterback is. Like,
listen, I went to the first ever home Defenders game. First ever home Defenders game. I was there, and then I did some work for a fantasy company where they would pay for my ticket, and they would pay me money to go to the game, and I had to get there early and record the teams warming up on the field, and then send them the footage, and like they would use that information to make their projections for players before the game started.
What they did fantasy football for
bro, they got fantasy everything. Shout out JJ Spawn. What an amazing final round of the U.S. Open this weekend.
JJ, is that a real person?
Yeah, he's a journeyman golfer, man. He's from L.A. His dad is white and his mom is half Mexican and half Filipino. So shout out JJ Spawn, won the U.S. Open. I think he ended up being the only player under par in the entire tournament.
I just want to say shout out Tim for letting me know the U.S. Open was this weekend. That's awesome.
Every Father's Day weekend is the U.S. Open for golf.
Okay. For golf?
Dude, there's so much going on. We had the NBA Finals this weekend. We had NHL. We had the UFL Championship. Like, there's a lot. The U.S. Open, man.
Oh, yeah. The UFL was something we had
let me tell you.
Squeeze in there.
Funny story. So when they brought back the XFL.
What about the slap championship? When's that? Where you slap somebody in the face? When's that?
That goes on all the time. UFC is going to start, I think, season 2 of that very soon. But I think they invest like $10 million. And UFC actually started a jiu-jitsu competition league now too. They're starting to do. So that's going to be pretty big. Jiu-jitsu is huge around the world, especially in like Brazil and Abu Dhabi and other places, Middle East. But we'll see.
I'm more of like a Krav Maga guy, but yeah.
Krav Maga.
Is that a thing, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is the Israel army. That's something they I think they do. So
I'm all about I'm a fighter is what I'm saying. Like any kind of practice there is around the world, I'm using it for my advantage.
Okay, I was right. It's Ta'amu Jordan is the starting quarterback for the.
You were right. You didn't
DC
make a
Defenders.
guess.
Did you watch the game?
No, I did not watch the game.
Dude, I even watched the game. I saw he had a rushing touchdown when I was watching.
Wow.
So How are you? You're not even a true fan, man.
Dude,
You
I
finally
have
a
a
football team
baby
there.
that is not even 4 months old yet, and a business.
Well, you
Got
can
a little
show your
side.
baby
I was
about a real football team in DC.
And a mountain of excuses. You got 3 things.
Mountain of excuses. I agree with you, Cary.
You can watch the UFL Championship. I don't know where you get it. I don't know. You might have to have TV.
We're gonna have to cut this whole
I don't know
part
how
out.
you get it. I don't know how you see it, but wherever you see it, if you have to go to a 7-Eleven and just hope it's on, where are they playing UFL?
We're
Like,
definitely gonna have to edit
ESPN
this out.
14?
I can't be known as the guy who didn't know the DC Defenders quarterback off the top of my head.
I love
Being
it.
because you're such a true fan over there. Anyway.
It's all right.
I actually have a DC Defenders shield here.
Oh my gosh. Where?
I was upset. So the
Don't
XFL
blame me. Blame the promoters. Just like the card show in Delaware. It's the same situation here.
Yes, because everyone
not my
else wants
fault.
the card show in Delaware, but Tim. It's all Tim.
Yep.
It's the promoter's fault for not letting them know, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh man.
Clear that up.
UFL, it's the promoter's fault. NBC, national television, it's all you guys' fault. I think it was on NBC or CBS or one of the. It was actually on.
It wasn't on
big
NBC because of the U.S. Open.
Oh, then it was on CBS maybe or AFC. I don't know. One of the companies, one of the TV shows out there.
Food
about
Network or something.
Food Network. Tim would love that. That's probably if Tim had like a football and Food Network, like they combined somehow, like in the game, he would love that. Absolutely.
Who won the Puppy Bowl this year?
During the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Good question. I don't know. I think don't we all win?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean,
I
like
think anybody who's watching wins the Puppy Bowl.
everyone wins the Puppy Bowl, but
They're not even puppies anymore. They're all no. Yeah, they're probably full grown at this point. But
I got another one for you. Shout out Angel Reese.
yeah, shout out Angel Reese.
She
There's
she just trademarked Me Bounds.
Me back. Did she really trademark that? There's
Gangster move.
Yeah, there's this TikTok I watch all the time where it's like day 39 of what he just yells at Angel Reese and it's like the first minute and I think they usually watch until she misses a shot, which is right away.
there's the trend going right now is that they have like all kind of people like trying to park the car and they keep missing like the parking spot and they said, I'm parking like Angel Reese shooting and stuff like that. Like there's a bunch of those.
And then I see Caitlin Clark. She was just nailing threes in the first quarter and
oh, dude, she was on fire the other night. But I forget what her name was. She just broke the record for most 3-pointers in a WNBA game. She hit 9.
Shit, 9. Didn't she had like I saw a crazy stat where she's like second on the list now all time for the most like was it 30-point games and or no combined assists and in points like 50 per game and I think the record's like 10 or something like that and she has 9 and the girl who had 10 did it in like 500 something games and Caitlin Clark's already done it in like 9 games or 45 games or something like that. So like it's just absolutely insane. Do you see her market? Is there a ceiling for that market, or do you think it's gonna keep going up? Like,
it doesn't feel like it's calmed down at all. Like
no.
I was at the sports card show, like at Space Coast this weekend, and I was just looking through my boxes, and some guy comes up and he's like, "I'm looking for this PSA 10 Caitlin Clark." I mean, to think a couple years ago that people would be looking for WNBA, and it's not just Caitlin; it's all sorts of people. I mean, I think Collier's like the leading scorer. There's a bunch of great players getting attention. And I do pretty well in my auction with WNBA stuff. It's hot right now. It feels like it at least.
Yeah, I killed it, man. Well, you'll see a video. It's already out when this will be posted, but I had the craziest 10-cent box ever at a sports card show last weekend, stuff like that. But there's a ton of WNBA in there. I ran some of that during my live whatnot last week. And man, I was Angel Reese, Cameron Brinks, and a bunch of other stuff, and I killed it, man. I was getting like running little mini lots. I was getting like $8 to $10 for those, which surprisingly, like you said, like 3 years ago, wouldn't even be considered to run that in my live.
Yeah.
Do you pick a lot of it up though, Cary, when you're out and about? Do you find a lot?
I do. Like I try to pick up like colorful rookies.
I guess. I mean, is it hard for you to come across at sports car shows? I mean, is it more?
Not particularly. Not the low end stuff. As far as like getting deals on, I don't know. Like I feel like it's not that hard to come across now. Overall, like I can find, especially if I looked a little harder for it. But I was picking up like Rakia Jackson blue lasers for, I don't know. I think under $1.
Nice.
A couple weeks ago, and I was picking up a bunch of that kind of stuff. I wasn't picking up Angel. Or Caitlin, obviously.
Yeah.
And Cameron, like, colorful stuff. But I could pick up, like, Cam Brink stuff at $1 or below quite a bit. Angel Reese, even at $0.25 or 50 cents, like, base rookies I can find. Caitlin is the one that's tough, Caitlin is everybody
Only thing
wants.
you can buy from Caitlin in the dollar boxes are those Donruss cards.
Yeah, just
And they still do well.
And they'll sell. I mean, especially if
sell.
you pick the chrome one or the ones that are like celebrating her, all-time scoring leader or whatever.
Because
It's
here's
a
the thing:
championship, but she didn't win. She lost.
still the WNBA, I just feel like it's undervalued the amount of product out there for it because there's not a lot of product for WNBA compared
Invest in everything women's sports. I know this is not financial advice. We don't give financial advice, and this is allegedly. But if anything that is women's sports, I'm buying right now. Volleyball, softball, basketball,
Yeah, what about
soccer,
Onyx is
hockey,
going like heavy
Gymnastics?
into like the softball, into the volleyball, into hockey.
It's
Every
gonna be
college
interesting.
sports there is, Onyx is all over it.
Yeah,
So-
buy it all. Buy it all. I'm telling you.
Okay, so with that being said, let's break this down a little bit. What out of all the upcoming sports, we're not talking about the main ones like women's basketball. Where do you see the biggest opportunity? Softball? Do you see it in volleyball? Like where?
Softball and hockey.
Hockey. I see the hockey because they have the professional
Women's hockey is and every card I've ever gotten in women's hockey, I've sold 10x, no problem.
Have
and
you
I'll
found,
tell you, what's
found
that?
those at the card shows though? Women's
Not
hockey.
as much as the card
Okay.
shows. I have to like search,
Gotcha.
but like I tried to tag on it. They ain't never answered back to me. But I'm trying to see if they got a Texas Tech women's softball set
Why
because they
Texas
got
Tech?
the girl from Texas Tech who's the first ever women's softball player like NIL deal. She's like $1.1 million.
Really?
She's
That's crazy.
an absolute machine. She's like the Shohei Ohtani of women's softball. Like she's just amazing. So like stuff like that. Like I mean, like you got to understand, like if the scarcity of women's cards too, and like with the hype. Like I don't know if I sent it to you guys or not, but like there's been the largest increase of registered women or female hockey players in the country ever this last year.
No, you
And
said
so,
that.
like, stuff like that, like, those are the sort of numbers that I'm kind of looking at. Like, women's sports is producing billions of dollars right now. And, like, it's going to just keep getting better and better.
Do you think Julie the Cat Gaffney could have made the NFL or NHL or NFL?
Both.
Either one.
I think she probably would have made both.
Yeah, I think
no,
so.
she would have. She was pretty good glove side.
Yeah, she was better than Goldberg. She wasn't scared of the puck like Goldberg was.
Goldberg was Goldberg.
All right, so going back to this here real fast. What do you think it is? Do you just think there's just more interest in women's sports because of Caitlin Clark just in general, or do you think it's because
I think there is a little bit of that.
Okay,
I will say
but-
I think the Caitlin Clark thing helps all women's sports a little bit.
Yes.
before the NIL, you had pretty much college football and college basketball were the ones that were dominating everything. Women's college basketball was probably much the biggest thing out of all women's sports in college. But now, since you have the NIL money and they have that money being distributed to other programs, do you think that's a reason why we're seeing an influx in like cards? Because now like these people have opportunities. A lot of women have opportunities
I
elsewhere.
think so. Yes, I think it's a combination of everything, like society as a whole,
Okay.
because it's obviously without getting too political here, you have this combatant ends of society where like people are trying to knock women down, and then you have people who are trying to lift women up, and you combine that with social media, like now being able to consistently see highlights of some of these achievements and athletic ability that these women have across all the different sports. And then you mix that with a little bit of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And then obviously, women have a much more broader span of sponsorship ability than men do, in my opinion, because women athletes can get, endorsement deals a million different ways than men can. They might not have the same sort of money, but still. And then like you look at like tennis, for example, Coco Gauff just won, right? The French Open. And tennis is one of the only sports where the pay for men and women are almost identical. And I don't think a lot of people know that. And it took a long time for them to get there. But, you have people like Billie Jean King, who was a big part of that, obviously. And then, you look at Coco Gauff and you look at, I think it was Coco Gauff, Serena, and Venus are 3 of the 5 American women to ever win the French Open in tennis, and all 3 of them are black women. So it's just there's a recipe of things that are going on right now, and I feel like now more than ever, women are getting an opportunity to be showcased on national levels, no matter what sport it is that they play, and I think people are interested in it because it's not like I always get frustrated when I see, people on like the internet talk about women's sports and it's unwatchable, right? Like that, there might have been points in time where women's sports was way far behind in men's sports, right? That's not the case anymore. Like there's so much talent in women's sports. It's you can't use that excuse anymore. That's unwatchable. Like I've watched some crazy, like if you ever watched a women's softball game, it's lit. It is lit.
I can't believe how fast they throw that ball. Underhand. It's nuts.
They got to wear the cages on their feet when they're pitching just in case.
It's absolutely insane. I agree.
I think you made a really interesting point too within what you're saying there about the algorithm, like about social media rather. And in this day and age, you know how it is. Like if you're on TikTok, if you're on Reels or wherever you are looking at shorts, if you find something you like, women's sports, if you're watching Caitlin Clark highlights, they're going to start throwing in other maybe some women's soccer. And I think it allows a lot of these players to shine in a way where 20 years ago when we were watching, to be fair, like 20, 25 years ago, 30 years ago on ESPN, I knew who the women tennis stars were, like Steffi Graf and Martina Navratilova and all that, because they were showing the French Open and stuff. But beyond that, I'd only get glimpses occasionally in a championship for like softball. But now if you're in to the pitcher at Texas Tech, you can follow them on her on social media. You can follow the Texas Tech softball team, and you can get highlights of that mixed into your regular algorithm, your TV of modern day, right? And see it all the time. It allows people to get much more in to whatever niche within sports, whether it's women's sports, professional bowling, bull riding, whatever you're into sports-wise, it's more accessible than ever.
Did you know what one of the most popular sports is? I believe it's actually the number 3 most popular sport in the world right now.
Cricket?
Banana ball.
It's field hockey.
Oh, similar to cricket. Similar in a way, but
no.
But no, it's totally different.
I really want some cricket cards though.
I got some cricket packs right.
They have them. Leaf did some.
Leaf did cricket.
They did some like cricket players. They did. I think they were like one of the top
but
sellers.
Not like a cricket set though.
Oh, I think they do. They're over in Europe, overseas. Yeah.
Can we get Panini Prism cricket?
Right there. There it is. Lux. Yep.
Is that one of the ones that you got from from Australia?
I got from Cary. But this is 24-25 Lux. I still need to open these.
I want someone to send me some stuff to open like that, man. I want like rugby cards. I want cricket cards.
I got
like the weird stuff.
I love this stuff. I got Aussie rule football. It's fun stuff. I need to open
hey, going back to what you're saying though about women's sports, do you think part of it had to do because for the longest time, and women, what's the best way to say this? Sex appeal was huge when it came to women athletes, and then that they would get put in the media for the wrong reasons, I guess you should say. And you saw a shift of that. And I don't think they're anywhere near where they should be, because even like the WWE, they had for the longest time they had a Divas title, and then they changed it like around like 2012, 14, somewhere in there, to the women's title to make it more of a legit thing. You had UFC, focus on the women fighters, because that was something that wasn't there, 20 years ago. They really started doing that. Women's boxing was always big, like Muhammad Ali's daughter there for a while.
Layla Ali,
yeah. So you had a lot of that stuff going there, but it didn't get the respect. And like, for example, like WWE has a deal in the Middle East over Saudi Arabia, but they couldn't even have women wrestle over there because of their regulations. Now they are able to, so you're starting to see a lot of these barriers, all these walls being torn down. But do you think just a lack of opportunity in these professional sports? Because would they just start a women's hockey league, last year or 2 years ago now?
I think we're 2 years in.
Yeah, 2 years into that.
I think that the people with the money are starting to realize, and I mean, this might sound weird, but I feel like the people with the money now are starting to realize that they can make money on these sort of.
It's an untouched.
Well, that's just the truth, though. Like, there wouldn't be an NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball if there weren't. So it's ridiculous amount of money involved. If there was no money being made, none of these leagues would exist, except maybe recreationally or something.
So then I would be a superstar.
You would, dude. Rec League Tim is going to mess some stuff up.
So going forward, do you think Panini should double down on women's sports since they're losing all the licensing? Like, what do you think they should do going forward now?
I don't think that they can double down on. I just don't think that they Panini just needs to ride away into the sunset and make stickers, bro. Let's just call it what it is.
They could. I'm being serious. Like they're going to continue if they play their cards right. They could be like a Leaf, unlicensed in a lot of these major sports, being on the cutting edge of signing the younger players before they sign contracts. With other companies, I think there's no reason for
they're just going to have to cut the price.
They're not going to be what Panini is now, though. That's just the truth. Well, they can't without the licensing.
I honestly see other than women's
licensing,
sports,
but for the record, all these companies should have licensing.
Yeah.
I don't think one company should have exclusive licensing. It's not. I don't think that's good for the market at all.
I agree with you 100% on that one, but I think the biggest play, though, other than women's sports, is entertainment. I mean, their entertainment cards are being very unutilized. There's a huge market for that. And not to mention, like, you kind of see that with Topps, because Topps did the Topps Now with Linkin Park cards, and you can get like a piece of like the guitar pick as one of them. But I think going forward over the next year or two, you're going to see a big shift into entertainment cards.
You could be really creative with it. Like ever since I was a kid, like my older brother we'd go to the Blockbuster and get the latest like stand-up specials. And I've been a huge comedy stand-up guy forever. I'd love a set of comedians. Or, it could be something more along the line of like SNL, which they've done sets of those before. But there's so many little niche opportunities, especially if you're paying attention to pop culture, whatever's hot on Netflix right now. I don't know, White Lotus or something. Like, you could do a lot of these little niche micro sets, which I feel like Leaf does occasionally. They're out there getting these stars that are hyped up in the moment, getting cards produced of them. I think you could do a lot of that.
You just actually brought up a good idea there. You talked about Netflix. Netflix has Stranger Things. They signed a deal with Topps.
Just a Netflix set, whatever's
That's
going
what I'm
on.
saying.
Get a Shane Gillis auto from Tires. Whatever's going on right now. The one Nathan For You guy on HBO that's doing. I mean, there's a lot of people doing some hyped up stuff right now that people are getting attention. They're getting attention for that they could get an autograph. Have. Maybe combine a bunch of little niches together into a bigger one. I don't know. There's creativity. What is it? Desperation or lack of resources creates creativity and allows you to expand into new things. That's a
this brings me to
of that. But
today's topic is about when's enough when it comes to these patch cards and stuff like that. Because you saw Topps, they're producing this the new basketball cards where they're actually putting not actually like everyone knows like the logo man stuff out, but they're actually putting like the size, like on the front of your jersey, you have the actual size,
the laundry tag.
Yeah, the laundry tag. So now they're putting the laundry tags in cards. And so that they're
going to do that. They've been doing that for years, Topps, I think, right?
And then speaking about the call-ups, then the dog got called up from the minor leagues.
That was
the dog
cute.
bat boy.
That was a good idea. That's good marketing.
They brought him up, and he was on ESPN picking up the baseball bat, running back, but he was wearing a bandana, and they put a patch on his bandana. So now he's going to get like his debut patch in Major League Baseball. But when is enough? Like, what else are they going to do patch-wise? Do you think the patch is going to get too crazy going forward?
There is not enough. If it's game used, make as much as you want. In my opinion, give us more game used inserts. Hopefully, if they make more, there'll be a tier of them that's a little easier to pull than just the debut patch that's one per player per the whole series.
Doesn't that water it down though? Like Tim, no. I mean, you see patch cards, you saw Panini.
We've been listen. This is the problem with people in the hobby, right? They complain about something all the time, and then when they change it, they want to complain about that.
Touché.
Like, it's just like, you complain. You know how many years we've been hearing about complaining about people getting napkin patches and of like a thing that has nothing to do with the player and anything like that. So what are we gonna complain about too many game used patches? I don't see it being a problem. I think
the thing.
Cary hit it.
Put a game used napkin patch in your retail products as like a per box hit. That I don't think you can overdo that. At the very least, you're getting a piece of, I don't know, Corey Seager's uniform that he wore in a game. It could be a napkin patch. I could understand that. I think the issue is getting those memorabilia cards, that just have a piece of a random jersey that they won't say is from anything, and we don't know what it is, and it makes it like a glorified insert card. It actually is worse than a cool insert card half of the times, because there's some scarcity. They perceive scarcity, at least on like a downtown or whatever.
Well, the innovations though coming to these patch cards, what we've seen relics, we've seen bombs of baseball bats, nubs of baseball bats.
Dude, they've been doing that forever.
I know.
I feel like it's innovation. They're just going back to what worked 10, 15 years ago, I feel like, because people are demanding it now. Like, people are sick of people are stopped caring about these random pieces of jerseys that meant nothing. Innovation, I don't know, maybe the patch is kind of innovative.
The debut patch is about as innovative as it's going to get. Like, there's nothing else that we've seen everything that can possibly be put into a sports card we've seen. There's nothing else.
What about the lottery balls? I think that's
supposed to be. I thought that was coming out.
I thought so too. Like, I haven't seen any cards. Like, I saw pictures of them. Yeah, like, so when is that gonna?
I forgot about that, bro. I wonder if that's in the next draft.
I thought it was in the. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the. I don't know, man. That's like I think
something that would work really good is like draft suits, like the suits, especially the ones with the lining and stuff of like their college teams or whatever. I think you could cut those up, and they could probably sell them for a good profit too. So it's a win-win. And
I love
that.
When the players go on stage, they hold up their jersey. Like, I want them to cut that jersey up.
That jersey,
like draft day jersey. That would be cool for like
jersey
the special draft
day. So that's not even player worn. I
know.
I know, but that still has significance. Yeah, that's all that gives it value anyway. Theoretically, is the significance of them having worn it or touched it or it being an event that people care about.
Well, what about like entertainment cards? I mean, there's so much you can do with entertainment cards because like with like the bands, you can do the drumsticks, you can do pieces of the guitars, you can do.
We need more of this.
What is that?
Yes.
Is that the button? It's dark. You can't see.
We need the stickers on it that will tell you the date and the game. Yeah, 100%. We need more of that. Like,
yes,
it's awesome. Because then if you're getting those and say you're buying so much of them, when it's a significant game, you could make a special insert of it. Make it like an MLB patch, but even though you didn't know it was happening until after it happened, you're like, oh, we got to go get that jersey from when Shohei hit the 50th home run to be 50-50. And then you just cut that jersey up, put the sticker on every one of them. And then, dude, that would be massive.
Listen, I'm not a fan of Jersey Fusion at all, but the one thing I do like is that they put like the code in there. You can actually scan the code. It shows you the actual game. They do like the jersey match photos, like photo match and stuff like that. So I think that's a really cool concept. I would like to see Topps, someone else do that more. I mean, what else would you want to see, Tim? Like, if you had your choice, you're working for Topps right now. What kind of innovative idea would you want to see as like an insert card for them? Like
as
some
an
type
insert
of
card or as
like
a patch
like
card?
Patch card or a relic card. Like, what do you want to see that we haven't seen so far? Is anything pop
we've
off?
seen everything. There's nothing else I need to see.
I don't think we have, man.
I've seen cleats. I've seen batting gloves. I've seen bats. I've seen bat relics. Maybe some gloves. I don't know. If you don't see a lot of gloves, I'll take some gloves. Like, they used to make this.
What about the lineup sheets?
Sheets?
That'd be done lineup sheets. I think
they did. They did do lineup sheets in damn, what set was that?
Upper Deck did the benches.
They've even
dugout.
done. There's a card, I think a Ginter card. I saw this on Instagram last week. They had shavings of the playoff beards from the Boston Red Sox.
Did they really?
In the card? Yeah. So a piece of the playoff beard.
Guys, for the viewers listening
that's
at home,
a real card.
Let us know in the comments down below. What do you guys want to see? Give us some ideas of some very innovative ideas you guys want to see as relic cards or memorabilia cards in the comments down below.
I get something for you. Give me more dirty. I need more dirt. I need more dirt, more blood, more sweat on my cards.
Could they put? I mean, due to like health,
you're supposed to have the answer to that. You are the research team. You're supposed to research that when we talked about UFC. Come on, Dad, get it together.
No, I have no research on it. I think they would probably clean it before they would cut the mat and probably clean it and then be able to submit it. I don't know. Because blood stains though. Like,
I want it dirty.
Yeah. So do they just? That's a good question, man. That's a question we have to ask Topps. Like, what do they do? Like, if the mat's all bloody, do they just work around the bloody mat? Like, it's just.
Well, you're the Topps guy now. You know, like you're getting the loaded cases here.
Exactly.
I know you want to talk about this. Let's bring this up.
Alleged personal relationship with Topps right now.
I don't. It's so. Here's the funny thing. So you guys don't know. I bought a case. We pulled that card.
No, you bought a case.
Yes, I bought a case. And then the next day, my Marvel Topps Chrome showed up a day early before release. I guess they must have sent it to a bunch of people.
How do you handle this? That's got to be a big headache.
I can't believe you opened that on the internet.
Open it on the internet.
That's ballsy.
What are they going to do? They sent it to me directly.
They're not supposed to do that.
I didn't do it as a break, buddy.
I know,
like, you could...
but be careful.
Why? What's going to happen?
I was thinking
You
the
don't want
same
to ruin
thing.
the relationship you have with Tops. They might start
have a
sending you
relationship
loaded
with Topps.
boxes.
If anyone, Cary has a relationship with Topps. The 101 None.
Oh, they grab my content and then in the second
That's the
slide
way
my
you
name's
said
on
grabbed.
it.
I thought it was going to see something else.
Yeah,
Well, they didn't ask me. They allegedly. I mean, that's not alleged. They didn't ask me unless I missed it.
I hope they
You
don't
probably missed
grab
it.
you.
Knowing you, though. You probably
without
didn't.
asking.
You probably did. That's
My luck, they probably did message me somewhere and I just missed it. It's okay. I was cool with it. My name was in the second slide. I don't care. It's fine.
Yeah, so
much.
We gotta wait for Tim to get it. Tim's gonna be on there next, man.
Yeah, listen,
Tim's
I
gotta
am the
open
redheaded
stuff.
stepchild of this podcast. That
I don't know if they care
early
about
on.
the bargain boxing as much as they care about you finding a all king Shohei Ohtani or something like that.
No, I mean you did the bargain box none.
Well, that's true.
So what do you mean they don't care about the bargain box? Like
you're right. I didn't think through what I said.
Yes, well,
but you're right.
All right,
but
so
that
Tim,
might have had something to do with the Pope just being there was like some synergy around that, possibly.
It was. I mean, that Pope card's killing it still. I hope one day we find those in bargain boxes because I think we will. You know what I mean? Once the hype dies down,
the base Tops Now ones are probably already in the bargain boxes.
Yeah.
The Tops Now record just got broken for most expensive Tops Now cards ever sold.
Yeah, which one? I know Shohei was like out of the top 5 was like 2 or 3 of the cards.
Yeah, Shohei 50-50 Club 101 was the previous number 1 at $225,700.
That's crazy.
But Steph Curry locked it up, took over.
Well, what did that one go for?
But this one was graded though, so I think that's a little bit different. But it was the 1/1 gold autograph. Go to sleep Olympic card.
I love that card though. That's a really cool card.
Yeah, it got a PSA 10 and it sold for $518,500.
Wow. So, are you guys fans of the Tops Now stuff? Because I think when it comes down to special moments like the Pope, the Olympics, like I think that means a lot. But I mean, what's your opinion on that? Do you like Cary? Let's start with you, buddy.
Do I like the Tops Now? I mean, I don't really like buying them from Tops because it's expensive. I don't want to pay $8 a card to get probably just a bunch of base cards. But if I find them in the bargain boxes, especially like the Go to Sleep Steph Curry, like certain cool images, I'll pick up. I do like them in general.
Cary's been tarnished ever since he bought the Jake Paul Mike Tyson one.
Yeah, no, that's the only one I bought, and then immediately that was a terrible fight, and I got 5 base cards in that. For me, buying 5 base cards for whatever $60 was a stretch to begin with. So I don't even feel like it was good content, so I couldn't even go, well, I'm going to get content out of it. It wasn't the best content because I didn't get anything, so it wasn't my jam.
I pulled the short print Shohei for that 50-50 when he did that. So that one sold for like $700. But like other than that, like I haven't hit anything else I just got the Pat McAfee ones. By the way, they did a really bad job on those it looks like pixelated and compared to all the other ones, I just was not a fan of the last one. Go
figure. Tops did a bad job. Didn't he come out of my mouth?
Wow.
I came out of the poster boys.
Company shill calls out Tops after all they've done for him. Allegedly.
What have they done for me, bro?
You and Tops is like Kevin and eBay. It's officially that's the analogy now.
You have just
could that be the title? Could that be the title of the podcast? Tops shill tells all.
Top show tells all. Sure, that would be the comment. Oh my God, we totally forgot our big announcement today.
Oh, what's
that? I'm gonna have to edit this video and put it in the front.
No, you're not.
Yeah, we are. This is very important. We are launching the memberships to the. We had a lot of requests. The people wanted it. We're going to launch memberships to the podcast. We have 3 different categories. We have a $1.99 membership. That's for the bargain box people that just want to support the podcast.
Okay.
We have the $4.99. That is the value box one, and we have a $9.99 one. I'll let you guys go ahead. Go ahead. What's the $9.99 one, guys?
I'm gonna buy a case.
There you go. I'm gonna buy a case.
I think we should we gotta make a higher tier for I'm gonna buy a case. The $9.99 one should be like the one touch.
The one touch.
But we gotta be on brand, right, with this. But for those that want to know,
we should be like a $15 one where it's like just screaming, bid, go. Chat.
So for those who don't know, the $1.99 one that's just to show support. We have had a bunch of people reach out and say, hey, how can we support the podcast? So we do that. And if you do the $4.99 or the $9.99, we'll have special behind the scenes stuff for you guys. Tim's going to do some prospecting videos. You'll be able to get the podcast a day early. We will be dropping this. It drops on we filmed this on a Monday.
There's going to be a live feed outside of Rod's house, so you can see the cases being dropped off on the daily on his front.
No.
See what he's buying and why he's buying them.
So I did try to buy the Marvel case. So before this podcast, so once again, you had to enter in these stupid drawings. I wanted the drawings, and now I'm upset because I never read the drawings. What did you
say before the podcast about that? I'm worried that I'm going to get like a $5,000 charge because I'm going to get 2 different cases. I'm like, dude, there's never a time where I'm worried I'm going to randomly get a $5,000 charge from Topps. I'm never putting myself in that position.
So here's the thing. Like with Topps, you have to enter in a drawing for like when they do these special releases. So it was like for V-Friends, a bunch of other stuff. So I literally tried to buy 1 case of Topps Marvel Chrome. That was like $3,500. So I entered that, but then they have a second drawing where you can just buy a hobby box, but that's limited to 5. So I was like, well, if I hedge my bet, if I tried to go in both of them, I'm bound. Hopefully, I win at least one of them. But that was $1,500. But now if I win both, now I'm stuck with a $5,000.
Well, according to the comments on the Topps post, you're going to get both, and they're going to be loaded.
No.
Yes, that's it. Because I'm a shield now for
loaded case going picking and punching's way, allegedly.
But no, if you guys want some behind the scenes information, we're gonna have special icons, stuff like that, for as long as you are a member, and then we're gonna do some special lives behind the scenes. Well, you haven't told Cary any of this, but
I really am just learning this now. I think we should go live if we can get the reception at the National for a bit on maybe the membership. That'd be really fun.
We're gonna do lives. We can't do it from the National. We're gonna do it from the our Airbnb or our hotel, pretty much. So from the suite. So we'll at least do some type of content, showing people what we got, showing people, everything we bought, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Wrappers on the floor.
The wrappers on the floor.
Rod's going to be sleeping with blaster boxes.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
We're going to be live from La Quinta Inn.
The Quinta Inn. But now, if any of the viewers here are going to National, comment down below because we love to see you guys at the National. We are probably, about 6 weeks out now.
And I'm serious. My dream, guys, and I want to emphasize this. My dream is to be interrupted bargain boxing with just a no bangers.
Not in the bathroom, like we talked about last time.
That would. I mean, if that's the way it happens, that's the way it happens. But at some point, I want to be digging. I want to be in the zone. I want to be freaked out because it's been 2 hours and I haven't found a no banger yet. And then just somebody's like, "Hey, guess what, man?" And then they put their hands in. We do no bangers, and I feel rejuvenated. Yeah. And I'm good for another couple hours a day.
I'll be walking out of the bathroom. They're going to be like, where's Cary? I'm going to be like, stall 3.
Stall 3. He is tearing it up in there. He should not have ate the nachos at the National.
So, question to you guys, though. Do they have security at the National?
Hell yeah.
We're bringing our own security, correct?
No, but how much security? Because how much money do you think is going to go through that door that day? I mean, there's got to be millions and millions of dollars. Just not in product. I'm talking about transactional, transactions.
A lot of people use electronic.
Yeah,
but still, all the product they're bringing, there's dealers going to be walking in there with millions of dollars worth of product. High end cards.
Right, you're going to see what you get there.
Oh, I know that, but I'm just saying are you guys concerned about, because you've seen all these people getting robbed at card shows and stuff like that?
Have you seen where I live, Rod? I'm not concerned about none of that.
Okay.
Ain't nobody messing with me.
Look, man, if somebody were to get in my backpack and steal some of my PBA autographs, I'm gonna be okay. They needed them more than me.
Where'd you get those from?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah. Well, all right.
I'm not divulging trade secrets here, but it's K&T. I got them from K&T.
Okay, so, but all right. Well, I think we should wrap this up. Tim's got a little appointment with the little guy today, so we need to wrap this up so he can get on his way and be able to eat some lunch. But you guys, any final words for this podcast today?
No, just send one of those loaded boxes my way, bud.
Yeah. Shout out Topps. We appreciate what you're doing for Rod, allegedly.
And with that being said, guys, join the membership so you can help Tim afford some new boxes of cards so that he won't come on here and talk about me getting loaded boxes because it's not true. All right. So with that being said, let's get it in, guys.
All right, everybody. No bangers on 3. 1, 2, 3. No bangers.
You better have done it.